Alright, hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Renaissance Cup, round of 16. We've got another lower bracket match for you here. We've got Totodileuh seed 29 versus Alejar seed 13. So, massive seed gap here. This could be interesting though, because we've seen some massive seed gaps be overcome already in this tournament. I'm over to Edge 2015, going to be casting this one with question mark. I don't know yet. As far as I know, Youngin should be here in a few minutes, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll hold down the fort for now. It looks like we've got a 1.16 star count time here. That's probably not even a warm-up, that'll just be boring. So I'm gonna address the elephant in the room and say that while there are 4 Slovakian players in the tournament, so far they have gone 0-5 in their matches. All losing in upper bracket, 3 of which were seed upsets. And we just saw TC get knocked out of the tournament by AC, who, to be fair, TC did not play badly at all. It's just that his opponent was very, very strong. AC with a crazy performance for seed 25 or seed 24. It was one or the other. It did manage to knock him out of the tournament, so the nation of Slovakia is still looking for its first win, but this is probably the strongest opportunity yet. Toto not far above the cut for just qualifying, and this pool is already starting to get a bit hard. So, looks like this is going to be Toto's warm-up. Mapper Branchy. People very often just use warm-ups from mappers from the same country. Objection flank. Is this just a Phoenix right mad? It goes hard. Alright, here we go, both players just going no mod on this one. Warm-ups are free mod, but you can also just go no mod. It's not tournament rules, it doesn't even count. And another DDKK single tap player from France. It's actually crazy. I would say the Western country with the most of those, but I'm pretty sure Slovakia has like 3 such players in the top 250, so probably a bit more iconic. Alejar are going to be the first one to miss. Toto holding on to a solid SC, but also he's probably played this map before, given it's his warm-up. This thing is kind of awesome. I can't be dishonest. So we're gonna find a miss and another. Looks like maybe stamina issue as it got a bit denser. Oh, that's true actually. Ting mentioning in chat, this is our second match of the weekend and it's already our second Slovakia versus French match. If we have any in round one. Let's see. Schedules. We did not have any Slovakia versus France in round 32 now. I think based on this, Alejar should probably pick Nomad 3. I mean, also just based on the fact that he's a strong speed player. He had like a trillion high AC FCs on qualifiers Nomad 3, which I'd say is harder than Dents in the game, if only by a little, because Dents in the game is actually pretty complicated. Alright, Alejar, only with those misses at the start, pretty clean, like mid 99 2 miss. He was pretty good at that map. And I have received word that Yongen should be getting here in a few minutes, so I won't I won't be alone just like running that awkward silent stuff forever. Should
Hello,
be
it's
much longer
me,
though.
Youngin.
Wow! Yongen, you sound very British today. Are you okay? Do you need some help? Or
Something
like,
in my throat. Yeah, I got an illness.
Oh, it's...
Yeah, I'll join you so you're not alone for the warm up at least.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, we're already halfway through them, so I suppose it's a little late, but
I'll join you for the second warm up.
That's lovely. Thank you, Ethan.
You're welcome.
So, are we...
This is where I look over and the song hasn't loaded. Never mind. As I say that.
Okay, good map. Yeah, no, this is a good warm-up. This map is wonderful. I will say nothing about the length, because the limit's supposed to be 330, but we've had a few people just like set in like 340 something warm-ups, and also this map is very good, so I say let it slide personally. We can live with this one.
Fine. I feel bad because I told Arjun. To be fair, Arjun asked me for like a 350 map, but yeah, okay.
So if you declare it, they say no, but if you just don't mention it, they don't notice. You know what to do, guys. Sneak shit past the staff at all times. Never let them know your next move.
Oh dear. To be fair, Arjun was like, it's like 329 drain length, so and I gotta be so honest, I had no idea what drain length even is, so I just went, yeah, buddy, the length says 350.
It's like it's sort of a term from standard, so it's basically just the amount of time where you're outside of a break in the map. Because that's time that your HP spends. You know how your HP like passively slowly goes down in standard?
Oh yeah.
And you have to get it back up by hitting objects?
Yeah.
Drain time is basically time when, if it's a standard map, that's happening.
Okay.
So it's really just active like time that you're playing the map.
Oh, so if there's like shit you skip at the beginning, that doesn't count.
Yeah, or if there's even if there's a break in the excuse me, even if there's a break in the middle, it actually counts against drain time, like it reduces it. Or it doesn't count as drain time is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind. I don't know why, but I was like, I think when Arjun messaged me, I must have been in a mood or something. Because for some reason I was like, no, I'm going to die on this hill. The warm-ups must be less than 330. This is the rule I will die upon. I must be tired when he asked me.
Yeah, they're both seeing through this intro. They're both hitting the finishers, although I'm pretty sure they're both bongo. Toto gonna miss on the first 1/6. Fair. The 1/6 patterning in this map is not easy.
It looks fun as hell.
Oh, this map is lovely, yeah. Alright, here we go. This is the real meat of the map. Lots of like 1-8 plus 1/6. All kinds of things. And of course SB everywhere because it's the 2020s. Oh my god, we're closer to 2030 than we are 2020.
Oh, why would you say that?
You have to come to terms with it. You have to come to terms with it eventually, I suppose. Anyway, Alejar actually I think that section.
Oh wait, I think my illness is getting better. I think I might be speaking in my normal voice now.
Youngin, is that you? Are you back to normal now?
Hello.
Oh my god, hi. What's up?
What's up? I'm just in time. Watch the match. Thankfully, they are still doing the warm-ups.
Yep, average warm-up experience. 10 minutes in, and we're only halfway through the second warm-up.
Yeah, I was a bit late. I apologize for that. But I guess I'll be here, passing with Watch in this match. Thanks for covering for me, Even. Go, my Even! Go!
He's been going, dude. He's been taking Go My Ethan to heart. Oh, Alejar seeing halfway through synthesis, but misses on a pretty casual 1-hit into finisher. Not mechanically one of the hardest things in the map, that's unlucky, but could still get the 1-minutes going. That would be pretty impressive to do in just like a match setting.
Absolutely, insane play here from Alejar. Showing that Despite probably some of the not the best highest seeding players still have one of the highest skill cap in the entire tournament. Pretty sure that there are barely, I would say, 5 people who can FC this
Yeah.
in this tournament. So yeah, absolutely insane play.
I think there's actually a DNQ player too who could probably. I think Andrews could FC this, but he seeded like 36 or something. It's kind of crazy the stuff some of the, like, even the DNQ players here could do. It's a strong field.
That's what happens when you come to actual tournament scene where skill count is not the only thing you have. Accuracy is slightly a bit more important. That's what happens when it comes to like more, let's say, economy.
Yeah. Oh, Alejar hitting all of this. This is a crazy play, actually. He's probably going to be a little annoyed to not get the FC. Okay, 1 miss extra there, but it's so clean. I think he's still on 2 misses. Okay, nice 3. The mono's starting to get him a little bit towards the end, but fair enough. Gets the 3rd one, though, just to show he can do it. And hits the ending, wow. That's a crazy play. That's an 8-star 3 miss, I'm pretty sure. Just... I guess I'm warmed up now. Okay, 4 misses, but still impressive stuff. Could have been like 1800 combo if not for that random miss right in the middle.
Do a pretty good pass here from Totodileuh, which
Oh yeah.
is quite difficult for the pool. We will be a lot easier and stuff, and you can see the rolls. So doesn't mean this will be the outcome, but we definitely see who has a higher raw skill and probably better scaling when it comes to the further in the tournaments. And we do see Alejar winning the world.
Yep. So he gets choice of first pick or first ban.
So
like...
probably a speed ban from Totodileuh, one of the few Frenchies in that group of like can speed category. So probably expect no more free or DT2 ban here from Totodileuh, and especially seeing that 360 BPM player from Alejar. Alejar probably going to be banning out something that is a bit more harder to act, something like DT1, lower skill caps, maps such as like Stream, act like Hard 1, or maybe some tech would ban from him. A lot of choice on his side personally.
Yeah, Toto with the first ban, I think it's probably gotta be... Oh, never mind, it's Hidden 1, okay. Against Alejar, I think that's pretty interesting. It's not like he cannot play Hidden at all, but I would think Alejar would struggle more on Hiddens than the rest of the pool. Probably just one of those where it's like, I know he's not good at it, but I really can't play this.
I think it's gonna be... I doubt Alejar is gonna pick Hidden anyway, so probably personally not the most perfect choice on my book, but hey, maybe Totodileuh have something on their sleeves on something more speed heavy. And of course a double time 1 ban here from Alejar. I very expected, one of the easiest in terms of mechanics map, and it's just slow to play, annoying to play, and I'm not surprised that that is being banned out from the pool. It's probably gonna be the most 2 common ban, I would say, this weekend.
Yeah, low SV 165 BPM, essentially an extreme finger control pick by the standards of this poll, so not really Alejar's thing. And can probably handle the mod stuff well enough, and it's gonna be Hard Rock 2, it's Shiawase. Well, I think for Toto, I'm not sure how this is gonna go, but for Alejar, I'm pretty sure this is just gonna be a 300 BPM Muzakashi with some bursts, because, yeah, it's only 150 BPM, and most of the map is pretty much pure, single tap patterning. Like,
absolutely,
it's pure 1-4, which is just like single tapping 300, which I think he can do.
A lot of like rolling patterns that is quite favored towards, obviously, DTK players, and maybe some extremely high single tap players as well. And these players usually usually plays quite well in these sort of maps, and especially in the replays in the Mapu Showcase for setting actually FC this with single tapping. Totodileuh should be found on this pick as well because he's quite decent on Hard Rock, but 225 BPM SV with 300 BPM patterning-ish. Okay, you can see Totodileuh cover up his against Alejar. The start should be very easy, but when the 1618 hits, we'll see who has the stronger mechanics. I would say stronger reading plus mechanics here.
Yeah, the reading on this map is not free, especially because the BPM is so low almost. It feels so spaced and it's so easy to misread things. The SD on its own is high, but like I say, the lower BPM actually not necessarily your friend here. But if you just make it into a single tab map, and Toto immediately with the miss, and it looks like we have already determined which player is comfier here. Alejar actually not treating it like 300, is alternating the 1-4, and is playing pretty cleanly for it. Looks like this is a solid first pick. He's sitting on a low mid 99, whereas Toto is already on a couple bricks. And I think you see this if you're both players and you think, okay, right, we know he's winning this.
Absolutely insane play here from Alejar so far. 99.36 on this one. It's not easy at all, despite the quicker sessions. We still have way more stuff in the second half, but 99.36 in the break is quite solid after all. By the way, that's why everyone is saying Rocket League, because this song is actually featured in Rocket League, if you can understand the BG. So a lot of players know this song quite a bit. And as we enter into the second chorus, Alejar successfully should pass through the goalkeeper on this pick.
Yeah, so from here all the way until the end of the map, it is essentially all hard part. This kind of, occasional burst gameplay just stays for the rest of the map. The next 300 combo, Toto gonna find a miss, but really this one is already wrapped up, and it's just how good of a run can Alejar get on this map right now. He's 1-0 up for certain.
Oh. Yeah, 99% on this pick still. Holding on quite well. I have to say that he's gonna be dropping slightly bit of an accuracy, but still, an accuracy on this pick is quite impressive, because we've been seeing the last match, we barely see like 2 FCs in a loser bracket, so already first pick Alejar, very confident about his pick FC after all. Well, we're going for an FC, let's say.
Yeah, he's almost there. I do actually think this whole second Kiai gets progressively harder to just keep control through, but not much problem for Alejar, who is going to secure almost a 99 FC. Pretty strong score from him. Not bad miscount from Toto, but clearly just nowhere near as comfy if you just look at the 100 count, and it's going to be an easily held first pick here for Alejar.
Yeah, I can see the fast growth speed really giving loads of trouble to the Totodileuh. Quite a lot on like the patterning change, and it does say how difficult this pool is compared to last week. On last match, it doesn't really seem like the pool got a lot more difficult, as players are still close to FC most of the maps, but when we see something else, when we get to dive in the pool, we see some maps that are a lot harder to FC. But yeah, that's the next pick though. Definitely not the hardest map to FC, but one of the hardest map to act. He is BBD bar.
Right. So Alejar actually saying TLEC flashbacks maybe reminds a little bit of the Maribashi map of a bootleg of this song. Toto is playing Hard Rock 1 again for some reason. Let's panic on that. But yeah, it's sort of maps, I wouldn't say the same, but in a way that does kind of remind you mapping-wise as well, or at least reminds me of the KTYM map. It's
just
heavy swing improv.
Both are also your regular KDK mappers who like to put a lot of monos happening.
I don't know if I call Kentucky a regular mapper.
Okay, true. But like, less so for KTYN. I mean, this is one of his more normal maps, but still quite tricky to act after all. We'll see how Totodileuh deals with these type of stuff, because he usually does quite well when it comes to swingy, tacky maps, like past snapping changes. It's definitely his A game.
Alright, getting into the Kiai here, I think these are definitely the hardest parts of the map to hit. Toto is gonna find a miss, but the ACK is keeping him from being too far behind. He's a percent behind Alejar, but it's certainly going better than Hard Rock 2 for now. Alejar just looks very comfortable in this so far, though. If you can
Yeah.
single tap 1-3 at a swing BPM, life just becomes a lot easier. The patterns become a lot easier to parse, and it looks like Alejar is comfortable enough doing that. So even though I've heard swing is not the best map type for bongo players, he's looking comfortable enough. 99.5.
And some rolling patterns and slow down SV. Still, having FC from Alejar is probably going to be securing this very high accuracy play, but he needs some drop to give some chance for Totodileuh. Still not out of the world because it's still around 1 miss favor towards Alejar, and tiny bit of an accuracy lead as well. So everything is still comebackable, but this is also not the most difficult map to FC. You can definitely see Alejar just lock in and FC this map. And Revenge kind of get unlucky dropping down to the loser brackets because facing the Factum for the first weekend and now absolutely destroying the lower brackets.
Yeah, I actually think that SV jump a minute ago, a bit before that, the second KI is probably the easiest thing in this match to miss on, but both players handling it cleanly as well as handling the second KI. The act has actually gotten closer. Toto maybe just off to a rocky start because he's nearly at 99. He's still in this even if he needs a mistake from Alejar. It is possible for him to notch this point back. Alejar losing a little more act.
This map is very consistent throughout the entire way though. This isn't really exciting at any hot parts, so he needs Alejar to just suddenly forgot on some of the patterns and just give him a break, but I do believe it's too late. We are moving to the end of the map, and that is going to be another FC secure by Alejar and a one break from Totodileuh. Nice try there, and probably beats up both of the score from last round, but unfortunately he's up against a full combo this round, and that is a 2-point breakpoint secure for Alejar.
Yeah, really strong scores from both players. I'm actually really impressed that Toto can get a score like that from seed 29. We really do have a field of 32 strong players here. Europe is on the way up, ladies and gentlemen. Our bottom seeds can play stuff like this. They can play our round too. We don't have to totally kill the lower bracket just to challenge the top seeds. But it is still going to be a point for Alejar with that impressive 99 FC. And Alejar saying, I like gimmick maps. Let's play no 1-4. Fair enough.
And if you watch the Twitch chat last match, Totodileuh is saying that please no gimmick map, and he's kind of being the one who to suffer here, if going by his words. Hopefully that's not the case, and that is a map by GT, and you know a GT map on no more foresight, which means fully gimmick.
Bad news. Just downloading the map real quick. Oh no. I don't think this is gonna go very well for Totodileuh. If he's just downloading the map now, that is trouble. That is trouble waiting to happen.
That is not gonna be too well for Totodileuh. He's gonna be siding, hoping for the opponent to just not pick this map. But he probably did not see Alejar's comment on, yes, go! We finally got a gimmick map every time this map shows up. So,
oh boy. Yeah, this could certainly be trouble in, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. There's loads of hot pots in this map. I don't say the hot pots definitely separated in two. One is but both are focused on streams, patterning, and reading through different types of gimmicks. And those are not exactly the most gimmicky stuff that mix in, because most of the gimmicks in this map are pretty spread out. But if you are not comfy in terms of gimmick,
Does he know?
Die.
Does he know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know, guys. It looks like it's gonna be 3-0 for Alejar here. I mean,
Unfortunately.
Yeah, Toto definitely side reading this. Actually, okay.
He got this, he got this.
No, dude, there's no way he can read this and I can't. Okay, he can't really read this.
Okay, his job is to not get double scored.
Nah,
He's
I
doing
think
it.
that's easy enough. Like, even just from the amount of free sliders you get, I think that shouldn't be too hard.
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Because max score on this is 1 million, don't ask me why I know.
Moving on.
There with the FC.
This
Only
part
on
is
300.
extremely troll because it's right after regular notes and you need to instantly drop into the gimmick. It's one of the breakpoints of the map, but if you practice enough, you should be getting that down. But unfortunately, I don't think Totodileuh is comfortable in reading this map.
Alright, here is what I would say is the hardest part of the map to actually just read. These bar line streams kind of rushing in, starting slow then getting faster. Easy to miss on. Alejar does lose in the full combo to it. And with a quarter of the map to go, our players are at under 400,000 score. This map is weird like that. Lots and lots of slider stuff. Here's where the score is going to jump up real high. And Alejar has come prepared on this one. Still only on that one brick. But yeah, Toto just... Wow. He's hitting the normal notes. I didn't even notice for a second. He's just... No, he does not care, dog. He does not want to mess with that. And it looks like Alejar might actually double his score. Ah, not quite, not quite. Well,
Not quite enough.
our boy
It was
Totodileuh is
close.
on a C rank. You know, I think he FC'd all the non-gimmick parts. It's just that it's the gimmick move. And yeah, Alejar gonna secure a one-break play on this, only on the kind of increasing SV barline streams did he find any misses at all. Really clean across the rest of the map. Good play from him. Certainly enough to win this point.
Yeah, thankfully that's the only gimmick map we see in this pool, but it's gonna be moving out of the pool. There's also not really that many SV maps, so the also kind of struggle a tiny bit on the early SV sessions. There's still 3 mod 2, but I'm doubting that both players wanted to choose that, and instead he's gonna go for no mod 1 Foxglove. Low-key, I think this map is actually BDKK favorite.
Yep, agree. Not by a crazy amount, but agree.
Because weird tech patterning is usually where DDK players can mash, and especially with the slightly lower accuracy requirements on this pick, it does give quite DDK players quite a bit of freedom to just like mash some of the notes. However, you still can get a bit like trolled by some of the disgusting, uncomfy 1-6. So some of the reading requirements still exist in this map. And for me, I've seen this map basically secures a point, usually on this map, and if you can't FC, then miss less, pretty much. Alright, into the map.
Yeah, it's not particularly hard to get high echo, and it's normal enough that that's not really much of a problem. It's just hitting it. And we'll get into the hard parts to hit pretty quickly here. This build-up coming through. As soon as we get into the first PI, we'll be seeing some pretty difficult 1-sig. Not crazy hard density-wise, but it's just kind of unusual patterning. And when most people kind of lack practice on 1-6 to begin with, that can be a big deal. Toto's gonna find a miss. It's clean-ish, but it is gonna give Alejar the lead. With his mid-99 FC going so far, is he gonna get it through the 7th plate? Yes, he is, and honestly, now, that's probably a 1200 combo guaranteed for Alejar. This should be chill until the next set of 1-6, which is near the end of the map.
Yep, this part should be completely fine for Alejar. It doesn't get SV jumped, but even the SV here are not really that big of a trouble. And yeah, moving down to the slower SV and the lower density as well is going to help Alejar secure a bit more of a combo advantage, as Totodileuh is still building back up to a 400 combo, and he's going to be losing the score to around 30,000 points. Yeah, here's a bit of a weirder patterning, but with Alejar being a DDK player, he's probably just playing the maps in a regular way, and that Mono 1-6 is going to be claiming Totodileuh once again.
Yeah, both players BDKKs are probably not having too much trouble with the pattern difficulty itself. Toto only on those 2 breaks right now, but Alejar is looking for a clean one here. Still yet to miss through the first half of the map. This doublet's kind of tricky to act, claiming a few 100s from Alejar, but nothing too serious. Doublets with finishers around them especially, I think, are quite difficult. Like, you got 2 different motions of both your fingers going down to handle, right? One of them you've got to have your fingers not go down at the same time, the other one you've got to have your fingers go down at the same time. It's easy to get mixed up, but both players handling it fine. Into the Kiai now, it's just some kind of weird 1-4 patterning. Nothing completely wild though, both players handling it. But here comes the real meat.
Another dip spike over here. What some of the 1-6 happening could be tricky for player to play. There goes Alejar's miss.
He should still be safe. The 40k lead is big.
You call it botch. He misses.
Yeah, still not on a bad run at all. 99%. Only that one miss. Toto actually hitting that entire section should be noted. Was not able to hit the first one, but does get the second set of 1-6. And then misses on nothing while I'm talking about him. My bad, bro. Last set 1-6 here. Yeah, this actually seems like it would be very awkward for Bongo in some places, especially with the mono quads.
Yeah, those happening really making both players run a hill to climb through here. Break from both players reset, but the damage has been done. Alejar would be secure on this point.
Yeah, this match sort of is just a tale of comfort difference on the pull. Toto able to hit the hard parts of this, but despite hitting an entire one of the two hard sections, still finishes with 33 misses. And yeah, Alejar with only 3 is kind of just going to win on that before you have to consider anything else, of which he still had just about every other advantage. So it's 4 match points for Alejar. Toto certainly with his tournament life on the line.
And he's gonna pick HD2 as the last map.
Is he? Well, Alejar... Oh, right, I didn't even read... I thought it was Toto's pick, and I was just reading Toto's messages like he hasn't picked yet. But no, okay, it is gonna be Satisfaction. And Toto says, GG, well played, before the match has even begun. That can only mean... It can only mean pain and suffering, yeah. Thank you for finishing my sentence.
To be fair, Alejar is also not the most comfy player in Hidden. However, would he struggle as much as Totodileuh?
Yeah, and this isn't a particularly slow one, so it should favor people who aren't so strong on Hidden. Well, maybe not favor them, but it's certainly going to hurt them a lot less than something like Gakko or Hidden 1. Alright. So map 5, Alejar on a 4-0 lead here. Has all the match points you could possibly ask for. And Toto is at 50% accuracy. Oh no.
Oh, he's trying.
Yeah, he's back to hitting stuff on the single tap section. It looks like he sort of lacks the hidden experience. The 1-3 does get hit, but that's about it. The speed section comes in. And Alejar actually, with that speed section, just a little bit of 1-3, 1-6. He does go down into the 80s of accuracy, but Toto is AFKing here and there already. So this one sort of is over, even though Alejar does not look comfortable in this. It doesn't really matter. Streams come in. Alejar hits the first one, Toto does not. Oh, actually getting a combo on the second one. Does hit it. Okay. Alright, he's learning Hidden as we go, don't worry. He'll SS the last third of the map by the time this is over. Wait, he's actually comboing this. He's hitting the 1-6. Oh my god. He actually is learning, I think.
Usually, some players, I would say non-hidden players, use density to have reading hidden, so personally, I think that part is actually the easiest to read for most non-HD players, but you're gonna see loads more 1-1 swaps and only offbeats in upcoming soon. That could be tricky to loads of many players, and into the break, more players are not really doing that well, but Alejar is winning the battle by 30% difference, and I'm pretty sure that's over. Alejar is double scoring Totodileuh.
Even if Alejar just disconnects right now, I'm really not sure Toto is going to have more score by the time the map is over than Alejar has right now. This one is kind of just over no matter which way you slice it. It is going to be Alejar moving on to the lower bracket round 2 unless he gets like restricted right now. Like banned for cheating mid-match or something like that. That's what it...
not gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think so, but that's what it would take now for Slovakia to keep being deprived of a win. They have been kind of suffering in this tournament. Round 1 really did not go this country's way. And it looks like the streak is broken. Alejar is going to secure a 5-0 sweep of Totodileuh, who is going to be out of the tournament.
Finally seeing a bit of a light here come from Alejar. I mean, I've seen the first 2 maps of the match as well. No Mod 2 and Hard Rock 2, both are really well played. Totodileuh really give their run of their money on some of the no mod picks. But unfortunately, when it comes to the modded picks, we can definitely see the difference between these 2 players. Alejar not doing the bad thing hidden, but he is going to be securing the W here. And
triples the opponent's score. Oh goodness me, that was kind of a bloodbath, Youngin. I'm gonna be honest. So Alejar finishes with not quite an A rank, but pretty close, like 10 300s away or something. Toto with 64% accuracy is not going to win against very many people on a run like that, and is going to be knocked out of the tournament at 25th to 32nd. Alejar, seed 13 in the lower bracket a little early, does move on to the round of 16, to quarterfinals, where I think he's the kind of player where in quarterfinals he's going to be stronger than he was in round of 16. High skill cap guy, has the tapping that not everyone has to contend with the later pulls. So going to be pretty scary in lower bracket, but we will see more of him next week. That's him through.
Yep, and especially moving on to the harder pool, Alejar might go a lot stronger than a lot of players expected. However, he will have more modern picks to deal with next weekend as well, especially being flashlight being added. Let's see how he will work on them though.
Alright, so Alejar's next opponent will be the loser of Arjun was fine! Exclamation mark versus Ender. So pretty likely looking that it's gonna be Arjun. Just given the power gap you'd expect there to be between those 2 players. We'll have to see how that goes later, but the loser of that match will face Alejar in losers bracket round 2 on the quarterfinals pool next weekend. For now, we do have a bit of a break. We have an hour and a half with no matches. Bugfinder versus Yamfan, another lower bracket match, is going to be at 15 UTC. It's currently about 13:30 UTC for those not in the time zone. An hour after that, we'll have our first upper bracket match of the weekend in A40 versus Crix. And then we just have plenty more matches over the rest of today. Actually, no, we don't have that many. But most of the action, I think, is on Sunday.
Yeah, absolutely. Last weekend was
yeah.
Mosey's Saturday match. This week is Sunday. So be sure to check out the later matches, especially Fendalicious versus Span. I think that will be another very hyping close match.
Seagate versus 9. 20 UTC for that one.
Yep. But yeah, that's all gonna be all from us. We can be seeing you guys in around 90 minutes.
Alright, thank you for watching. Bye bye.